So in case you missed it, the iPad Pro 2021 has now been officially released. And so in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and compare or talk about the differences between last year's iPad Pro versus the latest and greatest now, the 2021, and all the important things that you have to know. Now, if you're like me who recently bought it last year, I kind of feel slightly ripped off, but this can be a good thing for you, especially if you hold off on that iPad Pro with the LiDAR sensor, because back then, the really big major selling point was not just the chipset, but also the fact that it has the new LiDAR sensor, which I still hardly use. But now, if you are rocking an older iPad Pro, or looking to buy one for the first time, I think the 2021 definitely does have a lot more potential, especially when you take consideration that the starting price is the exact same starting price that the last year model started off with, $799. And of course, you could find it cheaper if you hold off a little bit longer during like Black Friday and such. But $799 is the starting price. There is a 2 terabyte option now. Then of course you also have the larger display model available as well. $1,099 for the 12.9, which besides giving you a larger display, it is the first iPad to be equipped with a mini LED display. Now these things are going to become available to order in 10 days, so April 30th, and are said to be available sometime during May. They say the second half of May, so unfortunately we don't have an exact number just yet. I'm sure as we get closer or during the pre-orders, if you are one of the first few that pre-orders yours right away, you should be able to get it earlier than anybody else. I think that's what Apple is doing. So take this as a quick warning that it seems like the iPad Pro will be available in a limited supply. First come, first serve. Now me personally, I love my iPad Pro. It's my second go-to if I don't feel like carrying a laptop around. Even the 2020 iPad Pro was a very capable machine. Its processor, its chipset was really good, especially when it came to editing photos and some video editing on the go. Now this next machine is equipped with the Apple M1 chipset inside, which basically means powered by the same thing that my Mac Mini has and the latest generation MacBook Pros and MacBook Air has. It's basically the tablet with a real MacBook CPU. So the iPad that really interests me the most is probably the 12.9. As I previously mentioned, it is the first iPad to have a real mini LED display. It's a liquid Retina display, XDR, very similar to what that overpriced monitor that Apple sells has. So now that the iPad Pro will be equipped with the M1 chip, we may probably start seeing Final Cut finally get implemented on the latest generation iPads, as well as possibly future release of more desktop applications being released on the iPad Pro. Still blows my mind that it's basically a PC CPU inside your tablet. Yeah, I'm sure Windows done it with their Surface, but this is Apple's M1 Silicon, which has been kicking butt on Geekbench's and other benchmark scores versus Intel's processor. It's gonna be one overkill tablet. Now, camera improvement was another thing that was stated a lot during this keynote or this Apple event in general. Yes, I know it's kind of awkward taking photos with a tablet, but hear me out. How Apple described it with its new camera technology, it has center stage, which means this will probably be the best tablet to be FaceTiming somebody with, as it's going to use software to track you as you move, as they shown in their video demonstration right here. This is still very trippy, but I also like the fact that it's able to adapt to other people who hop in on the call, as they demonstrated once more. And it just looks so natural. It looks like as if somebody actually is holding the tablet right there live and capturing everything that happens, like a movie stage. I hope this is just a software feature, so maybe hopefully other Apple devices can also have this. I hope it's not just strictly strict on the iPad Pro, but only time can tell right now. But it's guaranteed that the 2021 iPad Pro is gonna have this cool technology. Then the 5G that was rumored last year is now available on the latest iPad Pro. So if you're one of those few folks that actually wanted 5G on the tablet, well, there you go, it's now available. Now there is a new color for the Magic Keyboard, which is this white color. It looks absolutely amazing, but last time when I tried like a white case from Apple, it left stain marks really easy. So hopefully this one's more durable, but I may possibly still pick it up because I'm always curious and it looks very interesting to review and see if it's true. So all in all, my overall thoughts, after looking at it right now, it's really good, especially if you were like how I started at the beginning of this video. If you haven't bought an iPad Pro or possibly considering about picking one up, 2021 definitely is one to consider. It's fair priced, it's reasonably valued, and if you go for the larger screen, you're not just paying for the additional screen real estate, you actually are getting additional hardware. The display is much more advanced, very significant iPad. This one actually does give you more of a reason. The 2TB storage option, I think it's a great choice by Apple. Overly priced in my opinion, but regardless, if this is your mobile device for your mobile office, 2TB could be worth it to the right person. And it's great to see that that option does exist, so no need to carry dongles or external hard drives and such. But for somebody like me who recently picked up the last year version, I do slightly feel ripped off. But that's just me complaining. So let me know down in the comment section, what's your thoughts about the 2021 iPad Pro? Are you gonna go ahead and consider getting it? And if you are upgrading, tell me which iPad you're upgrading to from that to the latest and greatest 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this video was informative. Just wanted to share my thoughts and highlight some of its key features, some things to consider when deciding if this is a right tablet for you. I am picking it up myself to review it, of course, and talk about it in future videos. So if you like to stick around, make sure you are subscribed. And of course, make sure you also leave a like, as those help me out. But in the meantime, if you want to get started and find out some awesome applications to download on your incredibly overly powerful tablet, you can go ahead and watch this video over here as I go through my favorite applications that are available to download. And in that video over there, that's just a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.